introduce yourself.
MC Psycoses, shout out to my goddamn self. Shout out to Mad Oreo, shout out to Sigma. Yeah. Listen, I'll shatter the anatomy of this fag MC who wants to randomly battle me. Separate your abdominal pelvic cavity happily, rapidly, savagely. The fact that he had the audacity to rap at me baffles me. I'm better than this feminine Mexican lesbian genetic twin of Eminem. I'll take both your arms and legs and sever them. Come back a week later and beat you with your prosthetic limbs. This retarded artist is garbage. You'll be a gay Latino artist till you die like Ricky Martin.
The paramedics will be surprised by the size and the spike in them with pressurized oxidized lines in them. Wipe his eyes with iodine and try to find the vital signs inside of him. Try reviving from the life inside his finalized his eyes and him siphon and biking and invite him into a pipe that's tied inside of him. I'll use another angle to attack this kid. I'll use the names of everyone from Elephant Graveyard to show this faggot how wack he is. If you enter my domain, you'll get bombed with napalm and hurt from the blast felt. And when I pull out that epic 9, it's over and I peel back the cap shells. Then the sinner will get put through chemo and murked and sent to a black hell, and nothing will be left after I dent her but intestines and shrapnel. Better the scene, he ends up descending through every crevice when he's sending and denter gets beat. Let me explain the message I'm sending so my content is better to see. You should never have been put on to King of the Dot or even let him to speak. Instead of him battling Joe Cutter, you should have sent him to me. Cause I'm a better MC and I never represent daily duels just to get a defeat. You misrepresented the team and disrespected the league, so it's as evident as could be that you're a detriment to the scene and your name isn't the only reason why you put a dent in this league. So go ahead and tell everyone up in this bitch the crowd reaction's the only instrument I get when I'm ripping shit, and that the racist shit that I spit just isn't legitimate. Cause in your battle with Denter, you did the exact same shit when you spit with them. So those angles for this pitiful citizen just isn't a benefit because it only makes him the biggest of hypocrites. And your cloud makers groups makes me sick like an onomatopoeia of a lot of gonorrhea. You remind me of DJ abilities the way that you have no idea. And talking about the tracks you make don't work because the last time one of your tracks had a dope verse, Malathion had a growth spurt. And that shit he just said about the YouTube thing was just lies. Cause you're soft as fuck and I'm intense as hell like the way Malathion says time. It's funny that he was gonna take the family SUV all the way there and back, because instead of being a GMC and copping to parent nads, he tried to be an explorer with his parents off in the barren land. We showed up 3 cars deep out of your suburban terrain and you're awfully scared of that, so it's only right that you were on an expedition to dodge caravans. I felt like I was with a BBW Pornhub star. The only thing that sucks more than that bitch is Megadeth's gun bars. He told me, LA cool, but I'm done with the talking though. An opportunity is something she would never miss to see our cocks and chodes. She got her ass pecked one time and got the whole project blowed. You wanna know what rhymes with dumb, fat, cunt, vag, and tongue lash? Fuck that dumb ass mustache. I'll get your dad fired from the subway that he works at. Then I'll find your mom after I get up and sprint when I'm quick to scurry. To an Indian kitchen where the bitch is working, spinning the dish that the bitch is serving, put my dick in and jizz in her chicken curry, giving her click the fist of fury, then I just kick it and sit while I sip a Slurpee. You were there all bitching, feeling ambidextrous, having to pick a side, you were stressed, because everything that you had to write was just left. But the way you left wasn't right, but it was right that you left, but you left without the right to come right back where you left, so battle rap left you just right there. But I'm ambidextrous too, it's almost like I can't fight fair, because if I give you a right, left here, you'll get left right there, with a dead light stare. But this is just a casual conflict. And although he's a friend, I know it's time to grind, because there's no button in life you could push for a reset. Well, fuck it. Since it's grind time, I guess that means I need to be direct. That gun got a reflex that'll reflex and reflex the depression he gets when he flex, sees less in his deflex reflection. So pretty much anything in his defense that he says with each breath that me just gets beat left, so in other words it deflex. But you think the table's turned and you're spinning back, but you've already passed your best, so I'll leave you back spinning when I turn tables, cause you're not the real funk master, flex. Let me work. Please work. Please work. I'm sick of this kid. I get sick of this living when the clip is in. I'm hitting this kid and split him as quick as the dividend. They ask me how I feel about killing kids. Not guilty like Zimmerman, so innocence, I get an inner sense of innocence. I was hitting a bitch from the beginning, a winner hit, and I'm an innocence. At this point in the battle, I'm feeling a little bit provoked. We had a month to prepare for this, and you fucking choked. Well, now let's talk about why you suck. It's because you don't rap at all. You have no tracks on Bandcamp or numbers on SoundScan to draw. You just battle mid-tier opponents for no cash at all. Your battle career is a train wreck and that's your flaw. Wow. You don't... Wow. Wait a minute. That wasn't a choke. I just had to pause because this is the first time I've seen a train wreck without tracks involved. And I know... Fuck you if you support this guy or even know this fucker. Fuck mycall million. Your battle with Daylight still couldn't get mycall a million, but he sits back there like, I'm undefeated, I'm the best rapper, but you never really sung anyone like X Factor. You were... So when Psy reacts, you better make like a 90s track. This young MC better bust a move, cause in a scuffle you either bust or move, but you're ducking dudes instead of scuffle, that's a bust a move. Cause we're both multi-spinners, but the way you're converting your words into verses and verbally burst with a permanent burning up, a first and determinate nerds in a tournament from observing to lurking is certainly different. Surgeon precision for the first incision, they cut the skin around his head like a circumcision. You know, I'm glad I made my flight. It would have hurt to miss it, but I'm here and I'm dropping knowledge like words of wisdom. Some of the poorest performances in every card that you've been on. So tonight you better hope you don't flop or you'll get spit on. I dare him to strike. You'll hoist off, your passing's coming. If this boy's caught in the path, they're running off. Point shots, the cannon's dumping, you'll see toys drop like Andy's coming. Bravo. He's like, it's HK, baby! I shell tacos in Hell's Brothel and sell nachos to swell vatos in Del Taco. You named yourself Higher Knowledge. Okay, smart man. It's time to teach this kid a lesson. Because no one believes this dirty, hairy kid is a wise guy for a split second. Which is ironic because you got bodied by dirty, hairy, wise guy in split second. Because I'm like Nosferatu holding on to both broken skull and holy cross to folding rocky, you overload and fuck it, I wouldn't even waste a multi on you. But enough is enough and the joke's now I'm done with it. Because when it comes to bars, people need to press rewind when I set these lines. But this MC Light, he's a bitch rapper. So Aaliyah left eye on the eve of a stitch after. MC Light, Aaliyah, left eye Eve, bitch rapper. I have to bring this shit back for just a second because people criticize me when I spit faster.
Hills, bruh, before his weight causes his place to collapse and it kills us. We'll suck into a sinkhole and we're all stuck. Now listen up, you 300-pound freckly faced little ginger fuck. If I hit this punk, damn right he won't hit me back. I'll fucking turn him into a vegetable if this ginger snaps. But he's talking about how he's so hip-hop, but he showed up, went the camera down. He's wearing those fucking flip-flops. You people should have told you not to battle me and stayed warned. Cause I'm sicker than finding out that your dad loves gay porn. You stay scorned by women and when the first instinct is to ignore you. And in the bedroom you come up shorter than Vern Troyer. I'll burn more of you, cause I'm the wrong MC to step to. I'll never lose, especially not to Rosie O'Donnell's nephew. I told you guys the flow is highly bona fide and mobilized and multiplies to overdrive on override. So override till I'm override, now it's override. Ladies and gentlemen, the show's arrived. I know this guy's been doing a lot of talking about how he's holding nines, but he's bluffing about what he draws like it's poker night. Well, you can know that it's awkward when he's in the doctor's visiting and has to go explain why it says no shame on the father and mother bracket on his birth certificate. And every word this kid has spit is light in his rounds. So when I say I'm taking this ride out, it's not a night on the town. Start piping it down, cause you're honestly just trash. It's more like I'm taking this ride out like Colossus at Six Flags. And all of this kid's raps, he talks a lot about how his Glock will pop, but you're cotton soft. So tonight, if you cross the line, I'll explode. Boston bomb, have this bitch stuck in the...
I wanna buy your rep, but I don't see NN what they're seeing, and they believe in N like he's Jesus. But I don't see a bit of JC and or prophecy and when I'm overseeing and all I see in N is mediocrity and so Malik gave me the news like CNN to me then said cook him when I'm CNN I'm frickin' CNN and he'll CNN. Are you CNN? Yo, he tried to push a mixtape, but no one would get a copy, cause you're fake fire on the track. Ricky Bobby, but Calgary treats you like it's 1930s in Germany. But Calgary treats you like it's 1930s in Germany. Do you still copy? It's cause your camp gassed you up. How could you, Nazi, Louisville to the face, make you eat a bat on stage like this dude's Ozzy? I got the Tommy with the heavy metal. My whole crew's motley. This battle's Big T without wearing a big T.
What's that?
A huge body. No point in you. Cause unlike you, I do it. But the gun bars that he tells are kinda like D12, cause you don't have the proof in Detroit to rhyme like that. You and your crew don't even go out at night, so they don't see these rifle blasts. You stay in daylight like a KOTD title match. But online your raps get reaction, cause you don't act bitch and act in as if they're facts when he spits his verses. But now that Nick Ashton is stand in with his back in this match, it's like I got catfish, cause you're an even bigger bitch in person. Seems like the Sons of Anarchy scene when Opie died, cause when the bar hits it, blows your mind. Approach your right, and these 3 rounds could bring hell. But I'm a bizarre Swifty conniver like Eminem, so what would I give Remy 3-4 when multiplied I could give Remy D12? I could have dropped you anywhere on the map like a Call of Duty care package. And don't matter where, faggot, I'm there snapping fast as a bear trap with a bare hand in there clamping this rare rap in my bag ram. But if these connect, your noggin's found apart broken. Think DMX, Bobby Brown, Lamar Odom, my crackheads. I'm going to smash. Notice this, in every battle Remy has a switch. In one battle it's ruthless Remy, who's defending the crew he's repping, shooting semis, using a nuke or reduced deuce, fuck it, bazookas too, and even Rugas plenty on some deadly action shit. Then next battle, poof, a newer Remy who's professing the crude and deadly route we're letting the youth keep treading is too upsetting on some Jesse Jackson shit. Now let me ask him this, what's it gonna be tonight on Loaded Lux? I'm just bringing this crowd facts. Talking like Andre 3000 but rapping like Big Boy only makes you an outcast. The substance you once had is vacant and lack the fragrance and half the statements you have to say, and that explains why you haven't made an advanced placement. So your career and this event are perfectly matched and make sense, because off of the amateur moves that you have been making, it was only a matter of time before you ended up back to basics. I'll catch you slipping while you listen to Jay rockin' the cross. I'll have Jay rockin' the cross. You better pray that Jay rockin' the cross, or I ain't the one that Jay walkin' the cross, and Jay walkin' the cross. When Jay walkin' the cross, will put him on the other side of the street faster than Jay walkin' the cross. Get it. Jay's talking a lot, but facts is when he lacks conviction in. You're a bigger bitch than the one you came out of. You act feminine. You have estrogen. You and your mom probably both look alike. It's the exact image when you're facing her pussy. You have her face in her pussy, so I'll put your face in her pussy and shove you back into it. You'll be mob deep in that snatch sniffing it. A prodigy and havoc, it's that infamous. Even my leaking true blood, so keep it moving. Cause I'm swinging fluent and keen with movements with strikes landed for sure, like Randy Couture. Cause I'm a natural in the ring and prove it. So take heed or you could be the dude that's eating through a feeding tube and leaking fluids, leading oozing and beat to pieces too. When I'm atom bombing like a fleet of crewmen with a speech from Truman. This homo's see-through, and just because we think you might be a flamer doesn't mean that we think this queer is hot. I'll give this pussy a clean check when I pap smear this twat. It's like Lil Wayne face tats. Because whether you're a permanent top tier or not, this ink will have you fearing God. You think being a gang star is instrumental for your group, but what your DJ premiere is not. To me, each name is crucial. Bleach stain removal. I take these marks out just to clear the spot. Going off the deep end to catch a body like Wendy Peppercorn in the Sandlot, and Smalls is just here to watch. So fucking stop, cause what you perform is trash, but just displayed with swagger, cause you perform it fast and in a favored manner. PG stepping while you force your raps and just displace your grammar like, orange, you glad I didn't say banana? So your career and this event are perfectly matched and make sense, cause off of the amateur moves that you have been making, it was only a matter of time before you ended up, you just lost the battle. Peace. Till you try to thieve a piece of mine, and this piece of mine will breach his peace of mind and leaving his mind into pieces that flying, and all the people behind will catch a piece of his mind like he's critiquing these guys. Now, But I don't need to let a piece speak in his mind, because if he's speaking his mind, we see you don't mind speaking of other names, but if the other name that he's speaking his mind, then I'm just going to be reaching inside and just peeking his mind and pull his brains out through his mouth. Now he's speaking his mind. Yo. You keep screaming, but why? Because even when you stop the screaming, yo, that mouth of yours, you need to keep zipped, homo. If I wanted some annoying faggot to talk through my rounds, I would have asked for Queen's Flip to co-host. Now, what are you known for? He owns his own battle league in South Africa called Scrambles for Money. Just trying to keep the league alive as he scrambles for money. He's the look.
He's the local martyr. But averaging under 1,000 views per video makes you a worse look for battle rap than total slaughter. But that posed a thought, cause you drive on the left side of the road in South Africa when you ride. So this just might exemplify as to why it isn't quite a big surprise that your league has never been and just isn't getting driven right. As soon as you got booked, you should have split from this body like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Now's your chance, Mr. Hyde, cause I brought something out of this world that'll make a South African sick inside like District 9. Now who's this? Believe me, I've just begun to heat up. It just triggered the inner cook engine. He'll probably say that it'll Bobby flame me, but I don't see the cook engine. So I figured it would be more pure if I use raw material to distill and filter the process and cook engine. Wait, hold up. Purify raw material to distill and filter the process and cook engine? Okay, now I'm cooking gin. Cause King of the Dot let a killer loose like the O.J. Simpson case panel to put a Middle Eastern in a bag behind bars like a Guantanamo Bay scandal. Get your face scrambled with hands thrown at a ferocious speed. But he doesn't need to be an R&B fan for Joe to see that I'm okay seeing. He doesn't need to be an R&B fan for Joe to see that I'm okay seeing JoJo catch a hook on a slower beat. You trapping. The hole will spill and tear his cavity. Doctors will have to support the core like military families. I'd bury all your casket dropped. I'd bury all your casket dropped because you wouldn't box. This is your funeral now. No, pay attention. I said burial casket wooden box. This is your funeral now. Did you catch the plot? Shit. Hold up. Oh, whoa. Y'all thought I was slipping? Man, just stop. That wasn't a choke. I just figured he needed a moment of silence before the casket dropped. But he... Yo, while the rest of us were taking a match any date that we can and breaking our back, Smack gave you a way to get past. So you're like Moses, the way your power came from a snake and the staff. But you... Yo, that bridge is how he's risen, but now he wouldn't be shit without these. So it's safe to say the dude wouldn't be the same without bridges like the Big Lebowski. So, yo, every bar. You use religious references to get cheap reaction off their applicability to the general public, then set them up with collective subjects, but wedge in one hit direct enough that when you end with punches, the perception of it's impressive, but it's just a crush of pretended substance. Then this punk just turned his back on Smack to come to King of the Dot, but it was suicide. You knew you'd die. It's a cry for help, because now you've lost everything and everyone. You're all by yourself. You're like Waldo, playing Where's Waldo? You need to find yourself! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck out of here! Yo, but tonight you're gonna get it bar for bar, because that's what everybody here's wanting. But I didn't write a single jellyfish line. So tonight no one's gonna have a problem pronouncing this a clear body, a clear homie. So act a fool in every part you have and you will tear apart, in black and blue from every scar. In fact, you will have to prove you carry heart when we see this monkey stand up for himself like the evolutionary chart. Hey, did you hear that Darwinism bar he had in his last round when he said it, son? Yeah, well, fuck it. I got a better one. Yo, are you familiar with the theory of evolution? Because Darwinism best explains how this match was concepted. See, you never learned to adapt to the present, so naturally it only took one disaster to end them. Then, due to the growth in my bio, logically, I was the natural selection. Let's go! What?